You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Day one of the trial of ex-Minneapolis cop Derek Chauvin is taking place. It ended early today. Hennepin County Judge Peter Cahill postponed the jury selection as prosecutors asked an appeals court to decide whether the trial should resume, while an appeal to reinstate the third-degree murder charges for Chauvin are still pending. Judge Cahill said he intends to resume the jury selection process tomorrow morning unless the Court of Appeals orders him to stop. Now, all day we have been, of course, live streaming various developments taking place out of Minneapolis on our Roland Martin Unfiltered feed. We've been streaming a protest outside of the courtroom, people there speaking up on behalf of George Floyd, of course, the black man who was murdered by Derek Chauvin when he pressed his knee up against his neck Memorial Day in 2020. Now, Chauvin, of course, is the officer who got the most serious charges against him. And so we've been live streaming the scene outside. Also, folks, 1,000 National Guard troops surrounding the courthouse. What the hell is that all about? In addition, of course, you have Chauvin and his supporters as well. Joining us right now is Leslie Redmond. She's the former president for the Minneapolis NAACP, also founder of Don't Complain, Activate. Leslie, glad to have you here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. First and foremost, we've been making it clear to these folks in the media, this is not the George Floyd trial. This is the Derek Chauvin murder trial, the person who is charged with murdering George Floyd. George Floyd is not the one who's going to be put on trial here.
Oh, 100%. Officer Chauvin is a murderer. He's actually a serial murderer. If you ask people here in Minnesota, this is not the first case, but this is going to be the last. We are looking forward to him being not only charged, but convicted of the murder of Brother George Floyd.
One of the things that, again, happened was that the appeals court threw out, they overturned the decision in throwing out third-degree murder charges against Derek Chauvin, and that's what is being appealed. And so that's what the holdup is with jury selection today.
100%. I'm very confident in Attorney General Keith Ellison and his continued push to make sure that the correct charges are brought against Officer Chauvin. Obviously, we are not happy to see it delayed at least until tomorrow, but we're looking forward to getting this trial started.
But one of the things that that we look at here is that obviously how Minneapolis responded to this. It was the murder of George Floyd has sparked national unrest all across this country. What do you make of this massive presence of National Guard troops around the courthouse?
I think it's overrated. Minneapolis spent over $1 million barricading the courthouse. I think it's important to note they're not only intentional about protecting property, but protecting a white male police officer who murdered a black male so that he could get his day to stand at trial, a day that George Floyd did not get when Officer Chauvin took law and order into his own hand and decided to murder Brother George Floyd. I think that it's always alarming to see the extent that America is willing to go to protect property and white people, quote unquote, from black people who are typically just peaceful protesters.
Obviously, and also the family's not too happy if the judge decided only one family member can be present in the courtroom, supposedly because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, that's also very alarming, especially because his family's coming from Houston too, right? That's important to note that many of the family members are not here in Minnesota. So to have the family fly all the way in from Houston and just have them going in one at a time, in and out, I know that they can do better than that.
Absolutely. And so we're going to be covering this every single day. And certainly all eyes are on the nation, what's happening there in Minneapolis.
Thank you.
All right. We certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, folks. Back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends, Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.